There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Final Fantasy XVI. So, last time, a whole lot of shit went down. Sid's dead. Oh, come on. He's not called Spoony Bard anymore. The old hideaway got wrecked by Titan's crew. We are now Sid. Going off to try and help out Martha, who disappeared. And we also did get... Yeah, here we go. We got lightning now. I do kind of wish that, like, our limit break form would actually change based on if we're channeling, like, well, like what icon we're channeling, rather than just always being
felling
grid.
the forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
Wait, I'm on... Ugh! Why does this keep on happening? There! That didn't get him to react at all, really? Okay, I was about to say, you're not dead, what? Here's the picture wax.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Come on, here we go. Of course, they put us up here because it's actually the more convenient spot, usually.
Finish with that.
Welcome back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo. So your boat has a name. I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
And after this caulk and ball torture, what do we get? Ooh, better badge of might. Oh god. Yeah, we really don't need to worry about those kind of items at this point, do we? They don't really give, like, that attack up. I mean, 12... A 12 boost to, like, 257? It's not even a 5% attack boost. Alright, off to Barth as we go.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical. Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
What is that new, like, resource thing we get for doing side quests?
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
You have new stuff.
What are you after?
Huh, interesting. Duration, huh?
Much obliged.
They won't be making that mistake again anytime soon. Just keeps happening.
If those Orsons touch an arrow on Martha's head.
How long will it go till this all go down? I think I was surprised that hit. That thing hit me through the lighting. Oh, damn it. I really don't like ground moves, but a special. Circle ability, I guess is the way to put it. Maybe the difference between the Double Bringer ability, an invincible dash, or sit here and just wait a while for something to charge up.
Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke?
Oh, at least his mommy dearest seem to really not like anything associated with his father.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Over here!
You're finished.
I was going for.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law.
Mm-hmm.
To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our
we got
swords
the
we
elite
swear.
stormtroopers.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
You guys are still having a fun ride.
It's over. Is that all of them?
I think so.
Seriously, what is that new stuff? Oh, reduced gouge cooldown time. Although admittedly I'm not using gouge
I didn't
at the
see the
moment.
abbot. He may still be alive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he got spared.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue.
Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Matt to beg his aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
Well, that happened fast.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Okay. That one area down there we haven't been given access to yet. Oh. Gotta go all the way around, apparently. I knew it. I thought this looked like a place where they'd hide treasure of some kind. And it was just a meteorite. Frickin' Ahriman? The hell? What? What? Clive may encounter creatures large, faster, and more ferocious than most, while fighting is always not defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but from materials that may be used to craft new gear. Okay.
I guess spotted us, Torgal. What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
What?
Nice try.
Ow. Aw, can you grab him? You shot my dog.
Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
Get over here!
This one.
alright.
Nice try.
That's supposed to be a quick spell? Every time you hit that thing, it's supposed to spark off lightning. Here it was. Use that. Yeah, no. Okay, we got him. Actually, we're some decent XP.
You didn't see that coming.
I'm gonna guess that the Mukul's board thing is gonna be all about the bounties.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Yeah, we get floor bomb back then.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, One of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
We got the black blood from the black shields. That's not the side quest symbol there, is it?
Try not to move.
Oi! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing.
Isn't this the guy who was having chocobo troubles first time we came here?
Are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see.
That's a Final Fantasy XII reference.
Protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
I mean, from the name, I'm guessing it's a white chocobo.
And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Isn't that symbol different than the usual side quests, or have I just not been paying enough attention? Although I do wonder what, like, the special ability for white chocobos are supposed to be, since blue are the water walkers, green climb mountains, and so do reds. Black is both water and mountain walking. Gold just walks over everything. Purple is for sea walking. But white and brand, who knows? Also, I have a feeling that we're about to go and save Clive's old chocobo from the start of the game, probably?
I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Yeah, Ambrosia.
Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Level 19.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there he is.
Over here!
Break out of that to get a nice dodge in partway through that one, I guess. Ow. Not that too early. What? None of my dodges is working out. Does everybody in this realm have just like balls of steel? Because it keeps kind of ridiculous how people keep seeing like our semi-prime form and all that, and they're all like, oh yeah. Oh wait, oh that moved me back.
Farewell.
Yeah, seriously, aren't dominants supposed to be the biggest oh shit kind of moments you can have on a battlefield, realizing you're facing one?
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
Called it.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
He has an eye patch. I mean, she has an eye patch. Oh my gosh. Sell the chocobo.
She cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Displayed in Cloud Shaver, alright. Had a lot of sharp fangs there.
Let's go.
We actually do have a chocobo to ride. How does this relate to, like, running into a fight or something? So... Come on.
You deserve a rest.
Alrighty then. Yes, I know where we're supposed to go, game. Oh, holy crap! He's upgraded his normal attack and his lifting attack, too. Guess that just gives him, like, better, like, ratios on his? On those, I guess? I don't know.
Where's Gav?
I hear there's trouble.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us...
On top of that, if we're trying to make use of the whole Dhalmekian Republic and the Empire's clash here, if we took out theirs, that would also mean that, you know,
expecting us to go.
That if we went there, then it would
Drake's
also
Breath.
disrupt it and, like, remove the...
There's a shitload of sea
like,
between
forced
us and it,
Dhalmekian
and I've
Republic.
never been
Oh, go
much of a
back.
swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities.
We need to establish who this is since he's never been mentioned before.
Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Hasn't really been much mention of the Iron Bloods for quite a while. I was wondering when they were going to re-enter the story in some fashion. Got Ali. Report the Patron's Whisper, the Hunt Board. Told you it was the bounty hunt stuff. Which was admittedly one of my favorite things in Final Fantasy XII.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Of course, there's new quests all over the place.
Think it's alright to touch him?
I don't think we've even been in this section of the hideaway before.
It's not the ether. Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Wasn't this the guy who was reading books in the mess hall
as
before?
You know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
This is back here. This is the supply room. What? Foundation of Valisthian botany. The trunk dry for 3 to 5 times in the sun until brittle to the touch. Grind immortal and add to warm coral milk to remedy gout, melancholy, and moon sickness. Caution recommended when harvesting as the host may grow disquieted. Mixed equal parts first-rate vineyard humus from Galton's bales with deadland soil. 6 cuttings planted therein to survive to flower, only wither and die within a sennight. Being amalgamated with the finest imperial loam, the blighted earth is still affecting a nutritional deficiency. Have you remedy me with some further source of nourishment, saltpeter or potash, or the dung of a racing chocobo? This shall be the subject of my next round of experiments. I mean, okay, there's only like one that we have to give the apples to.
Through the forge today?
Oh gosh, I'm taking like a long way around, although we haven't actually seen like this area of the hideaway.
And you say Sid built this place?
Well, one can't really build what's been lying around for several thousand years. But it was his idea.
Because I was like, wait, isn't that the botany guy from before? But no, he just has the same model. where people learn the reading and the writing. This is taking place in one of them eras where reading and writing was not common amongst the common folk.
You won't grow fat.
What's the matter, Sid? You look as pale as the day your predecessor slung you in the cell next to mine. Not about to have another fit, are you? Of course you aren't. You're a changed man now. We both are.
Okay. I love how his name is just a suspicious character.
Dress is simply fabulous. In it, though. All the ladies in the Dominion are wearing them.
The bunks. Oh, we can't actually go down there to, you know, kind of hide how many beds and stuff there are in case someone decides to get pedantic and run around and examine, like, alright, how many people are actually in the hideaway and how many beds do they actually have, you know?
Once the Dalmecs have laid siege to the Dominion, very little will be leaving Twinside, including the many medicines distilled there.
Clive visited the infirmary to have me dress the laceration on his left forearm, clean stitched the wound, and instructed him to rest the arm so that it could heal. But an hour later, he was leaving on another mission. Not sure time he's disobeyed my instructions. Next time he comes to me for treatment, I'm tying him to the bed. You know you can't stop a protagonist like that. Here you are, Kupo. They can all for you. The matter is this, Kupo.
It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
First off, Kupo, I knew that already, and that's why I need your help. I need not remind you, Kupo, and the mice of all Moogle, no fiend of the forest or ghoul of the green wars can measure up to Nectar the Bold. I need to slay them all, Kupo.
Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's so good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets that get posted on the board. And I go through his stuff pretty quick, don't I? Angel of Death, traitor coming by the way of Caer Norvet. The troop of Cursebreakers traveling in the opposite direction warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead. His eyes wild and flickering, though the Cursebreakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey through their paths. And cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. All efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire. It is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I petition any brave volunteers march to the northern border that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenchers of the nearby villages. Sembrake and Rosaria have one, huh? What do you do?
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? What? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? is everything we've received and everything promised.
Psychos were inclined. Okay, it's renown. Sparing nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patriots Whisper in the Hideaway Mess to view current renown level. Up to any donations. Okay, so we get these at like certain levels.
All yours.
Yeah, it doesn't actually like reduce how much we have. Your merry band of outlaws and stashing deeds of daring do are all the talk-a-bout ladies of the court. Gather together several items of worth that might continue your gallantry. How do you give ability points? There's been on pride. Does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again.
Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye?
Okay.
Always something in there.
So Martha's all right. You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel apples grown and picked by Cormac for sampled by Hideaway residents.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Because there's more than one that we're giving them off to.
For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Now we're basically making a full circle. Apparently we also have some letters to check out.
Think it's all right to touch him?
Kids, you're playing with Torgal.
You go first.
Your mind insists on writing you these silly letters, but that we have more time to speak to each other in person. Every day we spend together feels as though we must suffer another two apart. Glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia. Should I say Whiteheart? You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. Here so many years later we find her spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Oh, there it is over there. guys really still not have any new, like, armor stuff for me?
What do you want?
Feels like it's been forever since we've gotten a new belt or bracers.
That it? Fine.
Finish off the side quest.
The Cursebreakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Oh, displayed in Clive Shaver was like, wait, what? What are these for? Oh, I'm not allowed to go anywhere else now? Hoping to get off and try to do some of the hunt stuff. Guess we need to establish the new area before I'm allowed to do that.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kuka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories, starting with the village of Amber.
Now we're allowed to actually cut other areas. Yeah, the one was in Northreach. Don't actually like show up on the map, do they? Oh, our journal doesn't keep track of those? Crap. Need to reread the hints on where these things are hiding. We have an missive too.
I hear there's trouble, Rosette.
I think it's alright to touch him.
Out from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I myself was only gonna have one, but I reckon if no one else listened to old Otto, I don't have to either. Let Nigel and his lot know they done a fine job. At the time you catch none but Sid supping on these, well, for their foul bite. For him, it never were about the flavor, but what they represented. Our ability to make it on our own. Look at us now, Sid would be proud. Here's the apples. Okay then. A random box of Clive's things, I guess?
That room's as ragged as ghosts.
There you are.
Martha's alright.
Oh my gosh, it's a freaking mandragora is the symbol for the hunt board, because that was the first hunt you ever went after in 12. Clairview, Sandbreak. Clairview exactly? Oh, okay, so it's in this region. Got it.
Keep them pooches nice and chill.
Look at this place.
Come on, let's just piss with some burbs. Dragon's Carry. Think about what exactly are we hunting? Because it didn't have a picture. Like the wood in Rosario, we know is a wyvern of some kind.
Come on.
Oh, there it is. It was a heartbeat out there.
Thanks, Cal.
Navgarud is brood.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't gonna be easy.
Ow. I don't remember your towels, dang it. There we go. Always use the wrong one. Some of the freaking will-o-wisp, but it did prevent us from taking all that damage. Messing up completely. My buttons mixed up. Freaking buttons. There we go. What's happened?
stop.
At some point I'll actually be able to make use of the lightning rod properly.
Rest well. I know I will.
The other one... Wasn't it at East Pool? I want to say most likely it's over in that little, like, dead end area. But that's where we fought a wyvern before. Shut up and like focus on like, okay, I'm timing this right, timing it right, timing it right, oh god. Wait, can we actually... Oh, we're actually showing up from over here. Huh. Afraid though we'd be coming from Martha's Rest direction, you know? Got it right. Hey, it's the toilet demon from the Shin Megami Tensei games.
A wild one.
Wrong button was pressed. So, flirty. Oh, this drink wouldn't break though. Crap.
Nice try.
That's what I'm talking about with using that. Three fireballs in the water there.
Nice try. Slow.
Whoa. For you, I know your combos. stagger damage I've done yet.
Nice try.
Going nuts on the fire breath now. There we go. You'll have it up for that renown level thing. Hey, dog.
How would I be without you?
That broom's as ragged as
Don't. Oh, most likely they didn't unlock like more for handling that, right? Yep. Think we have enough for a reward here?
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
To get a berserker ring. Much of the renown of Sid the Outlaw, that much of my clientele would rather spend their time prattling on about your endeavors than making endeavors of their own. Then I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings, particularly enamored sort. Left this on the nightstand. It served you better than it did him.
All yours.
Well then. Oh, our renown level is a spark of hope, and as we go up, we're gonna get new titles, right?
Sid.
Clive! Quick look. Seen enough?
Okay. That give us then. Interesting. Lord knows I precision dodge a lot. Berserkers of Southern Ash, known for their fearlessness at the field of battle, are known to wear these rings not only on their fingers, but pierced all over their bodies from head to toe. Others now believe the natural courage they displayed was a result of extended exposure to the concentrated aether imbued in the jewelry that poisoned the blood of its non-bearer wearers, and a induced madness ultimately became associated with their battle frenzy. Well then. Hopefully coming back here also, like, you know, fully healed us. Check which one I was on. Realize I am actually on armor now. Whoops. Now mean to activate that, but whatever. Go with it. Seems to be a very foggy day, doesn't it?
Mockery.
Injustice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Welcome, stranger.
Or y'all sell the same thing.
Keep to the roads now.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
Apparently we're still looking for people to talk to.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that, boy?
Here we go.
Left to join the garrison. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Speak with yet more locals.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Yes, that's the next one then, after we go through Shallop Rocks.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
I guess I decided to make this place an area where we could fight more of the fallen guys.
We've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waiting them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
I like how nice and fast that Thunderbolt comes out. Who do you think you're attacking there? I see little bombs back there. Ew. Shoot it with. Get him. Freaking bombs. Get him. Apparently I can't carry them using ignition. Bomb dropping magical ash definitely makes more sense than most enemies dropping it. Come on, there we go. Bullhorn's Parade? Oh, the lunge attack. That's fun. Wait, what? It's not thrust anymore? Oh yeah, look who it is.
More of my mother's men. This one.
It's over. Where are you running off to? I was gonna say, those rocks seem a little bit weird there about their fallen ruin stuff. More of them running around with their lightsabers out. Get him! Alright. Moving right along. I'm gonna guess we have, like, at most one more random encounter to go through before we reach the next area. All that. So we gotta go around this way, it looks like. Guess we're not traveling on top of that. And I guess this is a bridge. It's either that or an aqueduct. Dare you try to take advantage of my love of shinies.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shot of
Gonna kill the mage first. Oh, come on. Actual stab there. Why was it sometimes a slashing attack instead?
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
How convenient that we've arrived here at just the right moment. Wait, what? You back off.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Huh. I don't know, it kind of seems weird for like how those guys were talking about. It don't seem like the attack should have been going on right now.
I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy! I could hear him shouting from down...
The 250th founding of the anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage by word.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Be gone!
Oh, how am I to...
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
So we're gonna be dealing with Mommy Dearest before we go after the next Mother Crystal, or is it gonna be Crystal first?
Over here!
Two of them. I'm actually kind of surprised it actually let me just like grab onto it like that. Oh, it didn't die there? Collateral justice. It is kind of weird that we, like, they were setting this area up kind of like, oh, there's rebels and the Black Shields are looking for them. But it's like, then it's already over and they slaughtered them all.
My mother happened.
Okay.
The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gate and see what that gets us.
Where are those gates over there? Well, it's going to be accessible at some point.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Suddenly obelisk!
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever! Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
No,
Fuck off.
And the chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties. Cut you down where you stand.
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
Well, the better if
As
it
long
isn't.
as it is abandoned.
As long as it's dangerous, that means we'll have fewer, how do I put it, human eyes on us.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
I wonder why there's been no mention of Leviathans dominated at all. You know about all of them except for the water one.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Ready? Come on, guys.
Not.
Oh, I didn't jump high enough. Hell, they last long.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Is that Wade?
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So, Wade.
I don't think about it. Kind of surprised that Tyler and Wade weren't called Biggs and Ledge.
We can speak inside.
Apparently we did not, in fact, brutally murder those guys that we were fighting earlier.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Find a lot of ash around here, don't we?
What is it you require?
Oh, hello. Ain't seen those
Will that be
before.
all? May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Black or white? What, shields? Okay. Why tell us that now? What?
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
So... Oh. They would... Bridge is the place that we were at earlier. That was blocked off. Specifically for this event, right?
I got me sideways.
Oh no.
The bastards are lucky I did.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Right.
Farewell. It's over.
Seriously, does no one actually realize just what we are?
From the far bank.
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Hit the wrong one. What was that? What the hell? circling?
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't stand to be flattered.
I don't know the freaking timing for magic. Oh, magic bursting when in the raid. Demons are a lot smaller than I was thinking they'd be bringing at us. Oh, hey!
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think that's a result of the freaking ring.
To keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
I'm gonna take you for a ride. Yeah, more some generic crafting materials.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Hey, we leveled up our renown level thingy, didn't we? But seriously, the dominant of Shiva and Afrit showed up and kicked their ass, and no one seems to be, like, worrying about that
my
fact.
uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience. Especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Burnt blade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
I should give him some way to, like, get in touch with Otto or something, right?
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Your sword ain't there, boy.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil, the Unshod.
Jill's like, what are you doing?
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
My God, if you bring out the bad plates, I'll have you flogged.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Mine!
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Do we set sail, destroy the Mother Crystal, and come back to Port Isolde being on fire?
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung a sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Alrighty then, looks like we're going back. We're starting to head towards like the next big dungeon section.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
So yeah, there's the
cowering behind their
there's
wall.
the exclamation point.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so...
The heck's an empty shard. Hey, Orchestrion. Dark's Medallion, Dire Wolf Chess. That a Final Fantasy VII reference?
Come again. I may have more for you.
There are new billets being...
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. But normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Ready? I guess the plus ones have like some kind of like other benefit to them? The plus one before is what got us Ambrosia. Open bills.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago, in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether, and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
I'm surprised they haven't spied an opportunity with all the shit going down in Rosaria.
The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Typical nobles.
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's Breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him.
He's gonna conveniently be at Drake's Breath, then?
To put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Okay. I wasn't expecting it to show up as, like, our next destination immediately. Apparently he has
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine. I'll help.
What are we hunting?
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Does that
Only
mean like
that the
the
sweetest
poison plant
violets
enemies?
sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Alright, let's go see about helping out our blacksmith.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything
Storm
could rattle
cloud
him.
full of ale.
Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Next all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. Don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited?
I didn't see what I checked
Somewhere
earlier.
in Sambrec, maybe. Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
I mean, most likely it's gonna be us. It's, you know, main character and all. Oh, now it's showing up at the quest board. Now that I think about it, we haven't actually gone after a griffin before. Have we? I can't remember fighting one. You say you were hoping to hunt down a griffin, Kupo? Do I have the build for you, Kupo, and especially the horrible one the locals call Dosmar? The trail from Lost Wing to Carried Nor Vent, one of our order, was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong that it bent back the trunks of the old oaks, and heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals revealed that this area was the nesting place of an elder griffin known as Dosmar. Beast much hated for its appetite, both for chocobos and for children. What? What? Oh, I guess it's just not going to tell us where we're supposed to go then? It's just going to, like, remain here so it doesn't give away the actual location of it, right? East gate, so going along here.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail of all.
Oops, gone the wrong way. Yeah, that leads to the clear view. get outside the gate so we can actually run faster.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Seriously, am I the only one who looked at a one-eyed chocobo looking like that and think like, well, didn't in like Metal Gear Solid 5, like they actually put like a eye patch on the freaking dog? Don't mind me. Use the area under there to get or back here. What is a chronolith? Why is it? Come on! I'm holding R3!
Be safe.
God.
Sick 'em.
Sometimes I just can't get it right. What the heck is this?
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working though.
Fine then. Did we really just do like the wolf call whistle there? Oh. Okay, we're not supposed to go down that way. Wait, I think I see it in the distance. Either that or
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Straight home now.
Was Cair Norvin abandoned or something? I didn't think that would allow a griffin to just nest on their wall.
We'll have to wait.
Oh.
Sharp. That's Charlie. Too slow.
Like I temporarily get like my limit break combos going on there. Okay, that causes a shockwave. I timed that wrong. Food. That was me being stupid. Not happening. He's done that trick enough on me. Okay, the damage got to regenerate me saying that, but still. Nope. Nice try. Come on. Looks like you should be getting to the half-stagger point already. There we go. And dead. Damn, that was worth a lot of XP. Hey, Scarletite! God, I remember hunting those down for freaking some frickin' sunflower sword in Final Fantasy XII. Prices were not by treaty, but rather due to the fact that a forge must employ no fewer than 5 healthy bearers to produce flames hot enough to melt the ore, which time it takes upon the deep scarlet hue from which it takes its name.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated
Something
leather.
off screen.
Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Alright. Back we go to the hideaway.
That monster's taken quite a liking to live.
And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
A supple hide dressed to the artisan Camille's exacting standards, nary a trace of the barnyard musker of lesser leathers, but smelling faintly of rose hips.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive, you didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see, and his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor, and again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks
Ever
like
just
we
get
might be
awkward and
needing
stare
a
at
new
each other?
blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Was he around during the first part? I don't remember him before we swapped our areas. Whoa. Break Slayer belt design draft. Ooh. Try to get ourselves a new freaking belt. I mean, didn't they already tell us about giving recipes to our craftsmen for unlocking new stuff before?
What do you want?
Could have sworn they did. Oh, I haven't seen Electrum before. Let's see.
Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. Anything else?
I think it looked like we would need to do a hunt to get that. Oh, apparently we got a letter.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad.
Almex and Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, things bared like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realize what a stinking pile of chocobo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict, not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. My Lord Marquis, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus. That only you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expected to see at our gates. In a short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the selfsame man I followed in Stillwind those many years ago. A true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swords of the Guardians. I am proud to stand alongside you once again. Aww. Run on over to the hunt board.
I could have sworn we had a few more. Typical nobles.
No, and of course we also have rewards over there. Nope, dang it. Is it all unlocked later?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Used to be, I would step into a tavern only find myself overwhelmed with requests to sing of Dion the Bold or the Quirrell and the Serving Girl. Now all anyone wants to hear is of Sid the Outlaw. You made me a very rich man, my friend.
All yours.
It'll be a while before we can get to that one, though.
Best of luck out there,
We're
Sid.
now a candle in the night. That's all the new stuff. Alright. So that's where we're gonna leave off then. Because I have Dungeons and Dragons to get to today. Well, tonight, I should say. Either way, so thank y'all for coming on out. Hopefully I will see you again next time as we head off to the Dragon's Breath.